Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how to write problem statement. This video is intended to share tips on extracting and writing problem statement from the articles that we have collected. Okay. The topic that I am investigating is quality of an instrument called statistical anxiety rating scale. So this is an instrument that has been used to measure students' anxiety toward statistics. There are a lot of studies about the students' anxiety towards statistics. So there are as a result, there is a lot of papers on this topic. So what I am interested is to examine the quality of the instrument, which is called statistical anxiety rating scale. So I collected all these articles. Now I would like to extract the problem that has been addressed by the papers that I have collected. Clear? So what I'm doing now is I have a topic. My topic is assessing the quality of an instrument called statistical anxiety rating scale. So in order to study my problem, I would like to see what are the problems that has been studied by other researchers using this statistical anxiety rating scale instrument. So first step is I have collected papers regarding statistical anxiety rating scale. From these papers, I am going to identify the problems that they addressed. Thirdly, I would like to gather all the problems that has been studied across these papers and conceptualize what is the major issue that has been the concern of being using this instrument. Got it? So as the first step, I find papers. So my first paper that I found is called The Structure of the Statistic Anxiety Scale, a confirmatory factor analysis using UK psychology students. So this is a screenshot of the paper. This is not a complete paper. So what I did is I extracted only the subsection 1 called introduction. So this introduction, if you notice, it is like almost two paragraphs. Okay, and there is a red box that I have put in. What is red box is trying to say? In this red box is actually the problem that has been studied by this paper. And usually the problems will be mentioned in the last section of your introduction or your problem statement. So in this paper, it is stated under introduction. So in articles, always look for the first part or the first section. So towards the end of the first section, you will identify the problem that has been studied by the paper. So in this case, the problem that has been addressed by study 1 is suitability of the statistical anxiety rating scale instrument in UK population. Therefore, we are actually assessing the performance of the instrument. So how good is the instrument in the UK population? And actually, when they are telling how good is the instrument in the UK population, the bigger picture is you are asking how good or the quality of the instrument as a big picture. Okay. So how do I get this idea from? I got this idea from the problem that has been addressed by the researcher here in the paper. So in this paper, the researcher said, if you notice the last sentence, however, some of the items within the stars may not be suitable for UK population and the factor structure has not been confirmed. So this is the problem that these authors of study 1 have addressed, and the problem is actually leading to the quality of the instrument. Okay, so the problem that they are studying is whether the instrument is suitable in UK population or not. When they say it's suitable for UK population, they're actually assessing the qualities of the items. When you say asking about the quality of the items, the overall picture is this instrument good or bad? So that is the problem has been addressed from study 1. The next is the problem from study 2. In study 2, they were examining the internal consistency of the structure, interconsistency and structure of the statistical anxiety rating scale. So in this study, the researcher mentioned that English version of the instrument has not been exhaustively studied, meaning that a lot of times the statistical anxiety rating scale instrument has been translated into different languages, and those instrument, the translated version of statistical test of anxiety rating scale has been studied, but not the real English original version. Okay, and that is actually the concern or the problem that has been addressed by this study. When we are talking about, okay, English version has not been extensively studied or has not been explored much, it is actually trying to say again the performance of the items in the instrument. So basically, you are asking, okay, the English version is not being studied much. So what is actually in your mind? You want to know why you want to study about the English version, because you want to know how good is the items performing in the original setting. So what is your ideal goal? Ideally you want to still look into the quality of the instrument. So basically, if you notice between study 1 and study 2, they are actually studying about the quality of the instrument from different perspective. One is studying about the English version, another one is studying on the UK population. So basically what they're doing is they want to see the quality of the instrument as a whole, but they would like to see, if you want to say it is really good, it has to be tested in many population and under various conditions. Okay, that is the second article. What does the third article talks about? The third article is exploration of statistics anxiety among doctoral students in health sciences related disciplines. So from this study, when you look at the end of the introduction paragraph, the last one talks about the problem that has been addressed is there's a lack of studies on statistical anxiety among doctoral students. So again, we want to study about how the instrument is performing under a very specific sample. Okay, so what exactly, again, this is another perspective. Initially, we studied at UK population. We looked at the English version of the instrument. Now we are looking into another sample called doctoral students. Again, we are looking whether this instrument is appropriate to be used under various conditions. So, end of the day, once if it is studied under different condition. Eventually, you want to look at the quality of the instrument. So the big picture or the real problem that I would like to also assess is quality of the instrument. So my problem statement is, as usual, my problem statement is to examine the quality of the instrument. Okay, the quality of the instrument. So there are a lot of studies pointing to that direction. Okay, when you're writing problem statement, just like an argumentative essay, when you're writing an English essay that is having a genre of argument, so how do you write it? Or regular essays, you always need to have an introduction. So in this case, my introduction will be statistical anxiety rating scale is widely used as an instrument. So it's a widely used instrument because you notice that it has been studied in UK population, it has been translated and also being studied under specific samples. So what exactly the problem that I would like to look into? The problem that I would like to look into is the quality of the instrument. And in this case, if you notice, the quality of the instrument is continuously studied. When you say the quality of the instrument is continuous study, you need to have supporting evidences. So where do you get the evidences from? From the literature review. So from my literature review, first point is it has been examined in undergrads at UK population. Second, study provide evidence that the English version of the instrument has been studied. The third one is doctoral candidates in medical setting has been used to study the quality of the instrument. So when you say the quality of instrument is continuously assessed, these are my evidences. Study 1, study 2, study 3. So from all the studies, I make a conclusion, which is my third point. Quality of the instrument was assessed across different sample and language formats. So this is the conclusion of all the problems that is being, all the evidences that is being supporting the quality of the instrument. And what we found that there is a lack of studies in Asian population. The sensitivity of the items are not explored in Asian population. So our problem is, the big problem is quality of the instrument. But when you're talking about the quality of the instrument, it has been continuously assessed in UK population. The language of the instrument has been assessed and a specific sample has been assessed. But what is missing? Asian population or Asian sample is not being studied. So the problem that I would like to examine is how sensitive are the items in the instrument to the Asian population. So is this instrument appropriate to Asian population? Why? If the instrument is appropriate, then it talks about again the quality of it, means the items, how good they measure across race. Okay, so finally, when you end your problem statement, you have to end with the aim. So what you have said the problem, you have given the evidences. Now when you conclude, you have to conclude with the aim, your purpose. So my purpose of this study is examine the quality of the instrument across Asian population. This will help provide evidences on the quality of the instrument as a whole. So